Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 5.
Coming up tonight, new details on a fatal motorcycle crash and a stabbing in Lincoln.
Plus, the candidates for Lancaster County Attorney are getting ready for a debate. We spoke to both of them today.
And the details on a massive investment to improve transportation across the capital city. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. But first tonight, a Nebraska senator could be stepping down.
That's right. Ben Sasse is likely going to take a job at the University of Florida. Here's the latest on what we know tonight. Senator Ben Sasse of Nebraska appeared to confirm today that he is poised to take a job at the University of Florida. He shared an article on Twitter saying that he is the sole finalist to lead the university. The school also says he's expected to be the school's 13th president. They released a statement saying, in part, this is right for the University of Florida, right for the state of Florida, and right for the Sasse family. Ben brings intellectual curiosity, a belief in the power and potential of American universities, and an unmatched track record of leadership spanning higher education, government, and the private sector. Sasse will visit the campus on Monday. He'll be interviewed by the Board of Trustees on November 1st. Once he is formally offered the position, he will have to resign from the U.S. Senate before the end of the year. He was elected to the U.S. Senate in 2014. Before that, he was president of Midland University in Fremont. Now, his resignation would not change the balance of power in the Senate, as Nebraska's governor would name his replacement. The Lancaster County Attorney's race is revving up as Pat Condon and Adam Morfeld share more about their campaigns.
Channel 8's Matthew Mittleiter spoke with both candidates today to get an idea of what they're running on.
On Thursday, both Pat Condon and Adam Morfeld shared details about their campaigns for the Lancaster County Attorney. Condon, who has been the Lancaster County Attorney for the past 5 years, is looking to be re-elected and says with 34 years as a deputy county attorney, he is the candidate with more experience.
You know, that experience is just invaluable. I've prosecuted pretty much everything that the county attorney's office prosecutes, from thefts and traffic offenses through, homicides and sexual assault.
Condon also announced on Thursday that he has the support of local law enforcement agencies and says since he has a great relationship with law enforcement, this would make him a better candidate. He said for any job, experience is key, and it's important for prosecutors to be familiar with working with victims of crimes.
And when you have somebody who doesn't have that experience running the office, I am very concerned about what the outcomes would be for those victims of crimes, of violent crimes and sexual assaults, things of that nature.
Adam Morfeld, a state senator and Condon's opponent, said when it comes to experience, he has plenty to be able to run for Lancaster County Attorney.
First 8 years on the Judiciary Committee creating the criminal code. I manage a legal services organization that provides legal services to individuals. I manage litigation teams, and I've argued before the Nebraska Supreme Court. So I bring all kinds of experience to the table, and it's a different type of experience, an experience that we need that's different than my opponent.
Morfeld says he wants to focus on keeping the community safe and bringing transparency and accountability to the office, which he says Condon has not done. According to Morfeld, Condon has led the charge against medical marijuana and has helped send people to prison for possession of marijuana. He also said that Condon is a pro-life all-star when it comes to abortion.
I think there's legitimate questions on what is he going to do if the legislature fully bans abortion, because he kept telling people, including the pro-life all-stars event, that he's going to follow the law regardless of what it is, and that puts our women and our doctors in danger.
Reporting in Lincoln, Matthew Mittleiter, Channel 8 News.
Condon and Morfeld are taking part in a candidate forum as we speak right now. It's being held at the Center for the People in Need. We'll have more on that tonight in our newscast at 6 o'clock.
Also, to learn more about the two candidates and their stance on different issues, check out this story on our website, klkntv.com. Lincoln police have released new information on a fatal crash last night involving a motorcycle.
They say the 23-year-old driving that motorcycle has died. It happened around 5:30 last night near Cotner Boulevard and O Street. Officials say Cody Berner of Ashland was the driver of the motorcycle and died after being taken to the hospital. His passenger on the motorcycle, an 18-year-old woman, is in critical but stable condition. Police say an SUV collided with the motorcycle as the two were attempting to merge.
So the SUV would have been in the far left-hand lane as you're driving westbound. The motorcycle would have been in the far right-hand lane. That's the through lane. And the motorcycle and the SUV both tried to merge into that center lane, and that's what caused the initial contact between the vehicles.
Police said after the collision, the motorcycle slid and hit another car. The drivers of both cars involved are okay. The investigation is still ongoing, and so far, no tickets have been issued. Now to new details about a stabbing in downtown Lincoln last night. Police are still searching for the suspect.
A 16-year-old girl was stabbed in the arm, but is expected to be okay. This all started when two men began arguing at the bus stop near 11th and N Streets. Well, a nearby woman got upset and yelled a racial slur at the two men who were arguing, and that's when the 16-year-old confronted the woman and was stabbed by her.
At some point during the altercation, the victim sustained the injury, which was caused by an unknown bladed instrument. We are asking anybody that might have witnessed this or maybe captured it on cell phone video to please call us.
Lincoln police say the suspect is in her 20s with dark hair in braids, and she was wearing a blue short sleeve shirt and some shorts. Police say they do not know if the victim and the suspect knew each other or if they knew the two men who were arguing. This is the second stabbing to occur at that bus stop since July.
Well, let's get a check of our weather now. It's another beautiful fall day on tap, but Rusty, some folks could be looking at a chilly night ahead.
Yeah, we've got temperatures that are going to start falling, and that's kind of begun already. And because of that, some spots are going to see temperatures near the freezing mark early tomorrow morning. So a freeze warning for north central and northeastern Nebraska, and a frost advisory for portions of eastern Nebraska. This does not include Lincoln or Grand Island or Beatrice or any areas in central and eastern Nebraska, but north central and northeastern Nebraska for early Friday morning. Now, we will likely see more of these as we head towards Saturday morning, but more on that in a second. Outside right now, we've got the Schoen's Roofing Beatrice cam fired up, and it's really nice out there. 70 degrees in Beatrice, and temperatures are cooling off the further north and west you go, but still very comfortable from Grand Island, Lincoln, Nebraska City, everybody in the upper 60s, lower 70s, but you don't have to go too far north before cooler temperatures start to move in. It's already in the 40s in portions of the Panhandle, so much cooler temperatures headed our way. Look at this 24-hour temperature change. Just about the entire state is colder than we were 24 hours ago, much colder the further north and northwest you go. The wind speed is out of the north at 10 to 20 miles per hour, and wind gusts are approaching 30 miles per hour. Satellite radar very quiet, but there's some rain off to the north, which will try to move into our area later on tonight. Temperatures by 6 a.m. tomorrow, 40 degrees, 50 by noon, and only 56 cool degrees by 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So a touch of late fall headed our way over the next couple of days. We'll look at that a little more closely in a few minutes.
Sounds good, Rusty. Thank you. The City of Lincoln is investing some significant money to continue improving roads and streets around the city.
City officials spoke about it today. Let's go live with Channel 8's Philip Katafamo, who has more on what improvements you could see in your neighborhood. Philip.
Thank you, Rod and Megan. Lincoln Mayor LaRon Gaylor-Bard and Director of Transportation and Utilities Liz Elliott spoke about a continued investment for significant community-wide transportation improvements. Since 2019, Lincoln has invested over $167 million to improve roads and streets. From September 2021 to September 2022, over $61 million have been invested. Projects of note include improvements on 28 miles of streets, 4,000 linear feet of curb replacement, more than 18,000 potholes filled, 3,000 cracks sealed, and more.
New, smooth, and rehabilitated streets can be enjoyed from Belmont and North Lincoln to Union College and South Lincoln. South Salts Creek and Central Lincoln to Cahoe Elementary, surrounding neighborhood in East Lincoln, and dozens of areas in between.
In addition to current upgrades, crews also built new non-residential streets, which include North 104th and Holeridge intersection and West Holeridge Street around Northwest 48th Street, with future additions currently in the works like a Rokeby Road pavement project and upgrades along Yankee Hill Road from South 40th to South 56th Street. And we posted a question to viewers on our Facebook page asking what other streets and roads need improvements. Many mentioned South 56th Street, the roundabout on Warlick Boulevard and 14th, and along with portions of North 48th and more. I'll have more on this story coming up at 6. Back to you.
All right, Philip, thank you for the live report. A drastic cut in global oil output is coming, and the streak of gas prices on the decline may now become a distant memory.
Chris Wynn has the latest from the nation's capital.
Less supply of crude oil equals less supply of gasoline. Less supply of gasoline at current demand levels equals higher prices.
Oil experts are warning the price of gas is about to surge after OPEC Plus oil ministers agreed to cut production by 2 million barrels per day.
We are not endangering the energy markets. We are providing security, stability to the energy markets.
At a price.
Everything has a price. Energy security has a price as well.
The decision is a major loss for the Biden administration, which had launched a full-scale pressure campaign in a last-ditch effort to dissuade Middle Eastern allies from cutting production, according to multiple sources.
What's your reaction to the OPEC Plus decision?
Disappointment, and we're looking at what alternatives we may have.
Now, 5 weeks before a high-stakes midterm election, the Biden administration is frantically sifting through options to keep gas prices down.
We believe we have the tools here at home to work with our allies and to work with Congress to make sure that we address the mistake that OPEC made yesterday, which was the wrong direction. And again, I believe it will have less of an impact in the United States and far more of an impact on lower income countries around the world.
There's a lot of alternatives. We haven't made up our mind yet.
In Washington, I'm Chris Wynn.
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and one small nonprofit organization is highlighting the need for women under 40 years of age to also check for breast cancer.
Pink Bandana is an organization that supports women with breast cancer by hosting a mud volleyball tournament. Money raised from that goes to breast cancer patients, and after the first couple of years of having the event, they realized the recipients were all under the age of 40. The event has grown ever since.
They come together for a one-day mud volleyball tournament. We have 8 pits out at Prague, Nebraska, where we raise the money for these recipients that we choose every year. We'll give them $10,000 from the tournament. So if we have 2 recipients, they each get $10,000, and they can use that money for whatever they want.
The mud volleyball tournament is hosted the second weekend in July, and registration opens in June. Before that, though, Pink Bandana is always looking for donations. To donate, go to their website, pinkbandana.org. And coming up, authorities are searching for a motive in a brutal college campus killing at Purdue University.
The latest on that story just after the break. Now to a college campus killing. A Purdue University student is in custody and charged with murder after police say he killed his own roommate.
ABC's Morgan Norwood has the very latest.
I believe this was unprovoked and senseless.
Authorities in Indiana are searching for motive in a brutal college campus killing at Purdue University. 22-year-old Ji-Min Shaw charged with murder.
Can you tell us why you did it?
Police got the call just after midnight on Wednesday morning. They rushed over to Purdue's McClutchin Hall, where they say they found Varun Manish Chetta with multiple stab wounds. Law enforcement say Chetta's roommate, Shaw, called 911 himself.
I have a second call. I believe this will be legit. One roommate has attacked another with a knife.
Shaw, a junior and international student from Korea, immediately taken into custody. A university spokesperson saying with the suspect already apprehended, there is no threat to the community. Still, Purdue students on edge.
I didn't find out until this morning. Someone texted me if I was okay. I was surprised because I didn't see anything or hear anything.
Overnight, heartbroken students gathering to honor and remember Chetta, a senior at the university majoring in data science.
We will go through this together.
Purdue University's president reassuring students at the campus is safe, also stating, quote, "Our hearts and thoughts go out to all those affected by this terrible tragedy." I'm Morgan Norwood, ABC News, Los Angeles.
Now, your Storm Alert team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So the Drought Monitor released the new update, and nothing really has changed. Continuing to see exceptional to extreme drought from about Valentine east into northeast Nebraska, just north of Lincoln, just west of Omaha here, just north of Grand Island as well, and then southwestern portions of the state from North Platte, south and west, and even into the Panhandle. The rest of it is moderate or severe drought, and we're not alone. Everybody south, including Kansas, Oklahoma, a lot of Texas, and even further west, Utah, Nevada, and a big portion of California. I mean, just look at that. There's a huge area of the United States that is under some sort of drought. So unfortunate. We do have the Currency Husker cast for you right now, and the Huskers play tomorrow. I know. Does that mean today's Friday? I think it means today's Friday. Let's just assume, yes. Megan, if you didn't hear that, Megan went, woo, 62, 56, 52 as we head through the game. Really nice night. Around here, if you like the cold, we've got a really good forecast over the next couple of days. Freeze warning from Valentine, O'Neill to Sioux City, and then on the fringe here, frost advisories. This is for Friday morning. I'm assuming, because of, which I'll show you here in a second, that this will likely expand a lot further south for Saturday morning. But right now it is gorgeous out there. Penner Bathing Solutions camp in Aurora shows a lot of sunshine and warm temperatures. 64 degrees in Aurora right now, 64 also in York, 66 in Grand Island. And I'll zoom out and show you that just about all of us is in the lower 70s and the upper 60s, 75 in Falls City, 70 in Beatrice, upper 60s for Lincoln, Friend, middle 60s for York, Aurora, and Grand Island. So just about everybody, just it's nice and pleasant out there, but things are going to change, and it's already started. 24-hour temperature change, anywhere from 5 to 10 or 15 degrees cooler. And I'll zoom way out and show you that we're not alone. Look at all of that cold air spilling in from Canada. 22 degrees colder in Mitchell, South Dakota, Rapid City, South Dakota, 35 degrees colder than it was 24 hours ago. So obviously something is happening. Well, it's a cold front that's slicing through, and it's about right along Interstate 80. It'll continue to drop to the south. And as it does that, the wind will kind of pick up. We got a north wind right now at 10 to 20 miles per hour. It's gusting to around 30 miles per hour in Lincoln, 26 in York, 23 in Grand Island. So your satellite and radar showing just basically mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. A little further north, there's a little bit of light precipitation. That is going to try to funnel down our way and give us a chance for a few scattered showers as we head through Thursday night into Friday morning. There's all of the rainfall potential. Stays west of Lincoln, west of Grand Island, and pushes to the south into Kansas. And then high pressure comes on in and makes itself at home and sticks around for a good portion of the weekend. And that is really going to be a cold high pressure system. Temperatures dropping by 7 a.m., 8 a.m. Friday morning, 41 Lincoln, but 30s just to the north and east. We start to warm up. Not much. We'll only get into the middle 50s, and then we cool way back down. And watch what these temperatures do, especially in the eastern half of the state. Upper 20s and lower 30s early Saturday morning. Ooh. Around 40 degrees tonight. We'll say 40, increasing those clouds. Just a little cool. It's just about 5 degrees below average. This is well below average. Middle 50s, rain west, decreasing those clouds as we head through the day on Friday. Middle 60s on Saturday, not bad, but a cold start. I think we'll be around 30 early Saturday morning, and then back into the middle 70s we go for Sunday, Monday, maybe even the upper 70s to around 80 by Tuesday. Then another cold front comes through. Showers and thunderstorms possible Tuesday night into Wednesday, and then just a little up and down. But a cold couple of days, Friday night, and then again Saturday morning.
All right, thank you very much, Rusty. Negative day on Wall Street, the Dow falling 347 points, NASDAQ also down 75, the S&P losing 39 points. Here are your numbers. You're watching Channel 8, Nebraska's trusted news source.
Tonight, when most
Finally tonight, police responded to an unbelievably wild break-in. Sheep cause a morning traffic jam, and we've got some new mind-blowing images from outer space.
Cole Higgins has tonight's Take a Look at this.
We're less than 2 months away from the Thanksgiving holiday, but this wild turkey in Ohio is already trying to make a break for it. Or a break-in? That's right. Police in Miami Township responded to a call for a wild turkey breaking into a house, then breaking out.
That whole turkey, though.
I guess once the bird realized it's almost time for people to figure out what's being served at the Thanksgiving table, they flew the coop. Birds, not your favorite member of the animal kingdom? Me either. No offense, turkey. How about a different type of animal that causes arguably the same amount of chaos? Check out these sheep in Utah's Manta National Forest causing a bad traffic jam. The National Forest using the caught-on-camera moment to remind visitors to take your time driving through the forest because livestock and working dogs are on the move throughout the mountain range this time of year. And finally, in case you're not into what we have to offer you from here on Earth, get a look at the out-of-this-world images captured by the James Webb Space Telescope that are now appearing a little more psychedelic. It's all thanks to NASA's Chandra X-ray Observatory. The newly released version of 4 images combine Chandra's X-ray data with Webb's infrared data to reveal colorful new details of the cosmos. For Take a Look at This, I'm Cole Higgins.
All right, let's get a final check of the weather. I almost said, how's the weekend look? Because Rusty thought it was Friday earlier. So now you've got me messed up, man.
No, it is Friday. No, wait,
Okay.
tomorrow's Friday. Is today Friday?
Let's make today Friday.
Okay, 56, 65, 75. We go from chilly to cool to mild by Sunday.
No work tomorrow.
Hey.
See you at 6.
With the Channel 8 News mobile app, you'll be the first to know. Get alerts about breaking news and weather, all in the palm of your hand.
DQ chicken strip basket? I want in on that. House-made Hidden Valley Ranch, fries, Texas toast, and DQ chicken strips. Let's get delivery at DQ.
Closed captioning on Channel 8 Eyewitness.